Hello again, STRUCKTLF. April 2024 is almost upon us, and so are all the games releasing during this month. As tradition is, I start with the high profile upcoming games video dedicated to what I consider high profile games. Usually that's AAA titles and maybe some double A titles that I personally think fit the bill. Sometimes I might sneak in an indie, not so high profile game in the video just because I personally think it's high profile for my own personal taste. As is the tradition, there will be other videos after this one, and this month there will be two more. One dedicated to 3D low profile and one to 2D low profile games. And as I normally do in the high profile video, I start with the game I am most interested in, and then after that, it is in order of chronological release, except the first one. Everything else will be in chronological order of release date. So there's all sorts of games. There's action RPGs, there's turn-based tactical games, there's sports games, extreme sports games, there's MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena games, there's roguelites, single player, multiplayer, co-op, exclusive games for PlayStation, and so on. There's definitely a lot of good stuff to look forward to in April 2024. Buckle up, struck up, and let's go. First things first, as I promised, I will be starting with the game I am most excited about in this month, and this is Sandland. It is an action RPG where you become the main character as Beelzebub, a fiend prince. Fiend prince and Struck the Wood Fiend, a match made in hell. Lead your company of heroic misfits and explore the legendary world of Sandland created by Akira Toriyama, who is the creator of famous manga and anime such as Dragon Ball, for example, the most famous one from him. You would recognize this style. Toriyama has worked on other games as well, famous games, and you would probably recognize his style in games like the Dragon Quest series, Chrono Trigger, Blue Dragon, and so on. Sandland is made by the same team that made the One Piece Bandai Namco RPG. So if you enjoyed that one, you could expect something similar but different. You have mechs and machines you can use. You have such a nice world, but it's definitely sticking to that shading, cell shading, or whatever you want to call it, visual style that the One Piece adaptation had. So Sandland currently is on, I think, Disney Plus as a TV series adaptation, and now we get the game around the same time. So it's amazing. The demo, on the other hand, is not as great. Some people have tried the demo and have said that the demo is not as good as one would want it to. But people who have played the full game have confirmed that the full game is definitely much better than the demo makes it out to be. So 26th of April 2026, developed by ILCA, which means I Love Computer Art, incorporated and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. I hope you're just excited as I am. Next on the list is a game called Beat Slayer, which is a roguelite hack and slay game like no other. Instead of just being in the background, the music takes center stage. Join Mia, a badass music lover and crafty tinkerer, as she battles hordes of robots in a dystopian 90s inspired Berlin. There's only one rule: stay on beat. Releasing on the 4th of April 2024, developed by ByteRockers Games and published by the same studio as well as Paras Games, there is a free demo on Steam that you can try. And the game will also be on Switch apparently. So if you're a Switch player, you will be happy to find out about this game. It looks fun, it looks promising, and I wouldn't mind giving it a spin if given the opportunity for the full game, that is. But I strongly recommend trying the demo to see if it's your cup of tea. Visually, it looks nice. I mean, needless to say, a game with beat as the centerpiece obviously would have good soundtrack. And yeah, if you're looking for something new and fresh, Beat Slayer on the 4th of April might be your next game. Extreme sports games rejoice because after 7 or 8 years of development, BMX Streets is finally here. Ready to hit the streets? BMX Streets brings the essence of street riding to your fingertips. Experience the next generation of BMX gaming with realistic physics, meaningful customization, and a massive open world. Practice, experiment, and explore to find your own unique style. Developed and self-published by Mash Games, releasing on the 5th of April 2024. It's amazing. If you love BMX as a practitioner of the extreme sport or as an audience member, regardless of what your passion for BMX is, BMX Streets should be the game for any enthusiast who loves BMX. I personally love watching competitions like the X Games with BMX, street, dirt, vert, and all sorts of other disciplines. So BMX Streets definitely something I wouldn't mind giving a go. But I'm terrible at games like those. Even with a gamepad, I suck. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy them every now and then as a fan of the sports. So will the game meet the hype of people? That depends. It looks amazing, and the only thing that could ruin this game is badly made control scheme, which I don't think this game has. The next game is a project that is getting resurrected. Gigantic Rampage Edition. Go Gigantic, the unique MOBA hero shooter returns. If you know this MOBA game, you would be happy to find out that it's back. If you don't know it, you better get yourself familiarized. What is Gigantic Rampage Edition? It's the return of Gigantic and it's coming on the 9th of April 2024. Developed by Abstraction Games and published by Gearbox Publishing, which recently joined the I think it recently joined the 2K team, but maybe Gearbox Publishing is part of the San Francisco team and remained there. And keep in mind that it will be on multiple platforms, including Steam, Epic, Humble, the Arc launcher of Epic of Perfect World Games, Xbox Access One, and PlayStation 5 4. If you're looking for a new PvP MOBA to play, then Gigantic Rampage Edition is my recommendation for next month. Next up is a game called Broken Roads, which got delayed from November to the 10th of April 2024. So hopefully the time the team from Australia called Drop Bear Bytes needed alongside their publishers Versus Evo and Tiny Build, hopefully that it was well spent. Some people would say Baldur's Gate 3 meets Disco Elysium when talking about this game. I hope it's more Baldur's Gate 3, less Disco Elysium. But the game looks fun, it looks nice, and I wouldn't mind trying it. I've received keys for games from Versus Evo and Tiny Build. Will I receive one for this game? Depends. But in either case, I definitely have interested in this game, and I wouldn't mind giving it a spin. Broken Road is a story-rich, party-based RPG set in a decaying post-apocalyptic version of the vast Australian outback, featuring a genre-redefining morality system. Survive, form bonds, and make tough choices that will shape your dangerous yet mesmerizing journey across the wilds. Multiple platforms: Steam, Epic, GOG, Xbox, Access One, PlayStation 5, 4, and soon on Switch. The next game on this list is called Yet Another Fantasy Title, or YAFT for short. And it is, well, as the name suggests, a parody of yet another fantasy title to play. Become a rogue in a fantasy action adventure game filled with absurd humor. Go on a quest to kill the dragon and realize this is only the beginning. Learn spells from a wizard and brawling from an orc. Save the kingdom, destroy a ring, fight a monstrous beaver. Developed by Atomic Wolf, published by Atomic Wolf and Games Operators, releasing on the 10th of April 2024. It is up to you to clean up the mess in this game. Hopefully the game itself is not a mess. Time will tell, but it looks like a very nice Diablo-ish isometric top-down RPG. And I appreciate games that don't take itself too seriously and go silly with the humor. Our Borderlands, for example. So I'm definitely excited about this game, and if given the opportunity, I would definitely showcase it on my channel because it looks right up my alley. So whether yet another fantasy title will be just as fun as it looks like, time will tell. Next is a game adaptation of Turbo Kid. If you know the Turbo Kid movie that sadly didn't get a sequel, well, Turbo Kid, the game is the adaptation of that. There is a free downloadable demo on Steam, and the game, as far as we know, will be on Steam only as a platform, for now at least. It's releasing on the 10th of April 2024, developed and published by Outer Minds Incorporated. The Metroidvania you wish you'd played as a kid. Unlock and upgrade Woodicker's weapons and skills. Obliterate your enemies into bits of pixel gore and forge your own path as you ride the vast and perilous wasteland on your trusty BMX. Two games with BMX in this list, so definitely a month for BMX lovers. Whether the game is fun, whether the game is nice, it's hard to tell, but the trailer definitely makes it sound and seem fun. So I think fans of the Turbo Kid franchise, the Turbo Kid, well, not franchise, the Turbo Kid movie definitely would enjoy it. Metroidvania fans also will enjoy it. If you love the platforming and gore elements of various different Metroidvania games, Turbo Kid will be definitely something I would recommend to you in the month of April. Next up is one of the most talked about games of next month. No Rest for the Wicked is a game from Moon Studio GmbH, the creators of Ori, if I'm not mistaken, and published by Private Division. It will be releasing as an early access title, and it is a Diablo meets Dark Souls, but less Diablo, more Dark Souls. The fights are long bullet sponges or attack sponges. Maybe it's a better way to call it. That's not as much as I wanted. I like obliterating multitudes of enemies with a few skill casts, but I would be willing to give the game a try if given a chance to see maybe I'll like it. I've loved some Souls-like games that have different difficulty settings like Steel Rising. So Souls like a game with a Diablo style perspective, isometric perspective, definitely seems like it might be fun if done right. It's not the first one, it's not gonna be the last one. But yeah, the award-winning developers of Ori and the Blind Forest and Ori and the Will of the Wisps decided to go some and make something different, and here it is, No Rest for the Wicked, a visceral precision action RPG set to reinvent the genre. There is nothing reinventing about the genre. I've seen other games that are Souls-like adjacent, but with Diablo perspective. But they might want to claim whatever they want to claim. It does look nice and it does look fast-paced, even if it takes forever to kill a single enemy from those big ones. The art style, I'm definitely digging the art style, and I have no doubts that this game would be great for the people who love that type of game. Now let's talk about Shadow of the Depth. A game that definitely caught my eye with not just its art style, but also the typical roguelite gameplay, but with a twist. It looks like the old school GTA 2 straight up top down camera. So that definitely has me interested. Playing typical action roguelite, but with a straight up top down camera might be fun. I also love the art style. So Shadow of the Deep is a top down action roguelike game, and you delve into dungeon world of light and shadow to eradicate the monsters that ravage your home. Next on the list is Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. You might have seen me play Eiyuden Chronicles Rising, which is the pro-woke action RPG to Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes that's coming this month, which is not an action RPG, but rather a more classical turn-based tactical RPG in a very beautiful 2.5D. So Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. It's designed to bring players a modern take take on a classic RPG experience. Get ready to lead 100 plus playable characters through a war torn world only you can save. What is amazing about these 100 playable characters is that each of them has their own skills, abilities, their own playstyle, and you're combining um, between those 100 heroes and making a team of X amount of heroes. And this gives you an amazing, massive, splendidly nice build diversity when it comes to setting up your team. The game, needless to say, as I said earlier, is in a beautiful 2.5D art style, and I would definitely be looking forward to it. While I didn't enjoy as much the Provoke, the Prelude game, it's not a Provoke, but the Prelude game, that was an action RPG, Metroidvania kind of style. This one seems like I would definitely love everything about it. How things will pan out, whether that will be true, time will tell. The game is coming on the 23rd of April, developed by Rabbit and Bear Studios, published by 505 Games. Now, from one good party-based, turn-based RPG from Japan to another one, Saga Emerald Beyond, the newest game in the Saga franchise. Forge your own tale in Saga Emerald Beyond. It brings together the very best elements of the beloved series to offer each player their own unique gameplay experience. The 25th of April 2024 is the date, and it's published and developed by Square Enix. And it's another title that I'm really looking forward to in the month of April. Um, if you know the Saga series, then this game doesn't need much of an introduction. You know what to expect. If you don't know about the Saga series, well, if as long as you love turn-based, party-based RPG games, you will be a big fan of the Saga Emerald Beyond game. There isn't much left, less than a month left until it releases, and judging by the trailer, it's gonna be every bit as awesome as I would want it to be. Next up is a game I have played the demo of, and I'm assuming a lot of you out there probably have tried a demo of Manor Words. Releasing on the 26th of April 2024, developed by Slavic Magic, published by Hooded Horse. Another game I'm extremely excited about, man, there's so many in this video. And Manor Words, published by Hooded Horse, is good news. There is a person from Hooded Horse who has been sending me offers for keys. If I get lucky and get an offer for a key for Manor Words, I would be very pleased to show it to you in its full glory, not the limited demo I tried back in the day. It is a medieval strategy game featuring in-depth city building, large-scale tactical battles, and complex economic and societal simulations. Rule your lands as a medieval world. The seasons pass, the weather changes, and cities rise and fall. I really liked how it's kind of like those old school city builders where you make a city and then you zoom out into the big map and then you make another city and then there's trading in between the cities and so on. You just grow and grow and grow your influence as a world. So if Manor Words looks and sounds like something that's right up your alley, then you mark 26th of April on your calendar, wishlist follow, and hopefully they don't overprice this game. It already has 2 million wishlists as of January, so probably close to 2.5 maybe now. But yeah, time is time is ticking, and Manor Wars will be releasing very soon. This month there is the PlayStation exclusive. Last month I didn't cover Rise of Ronin, but this month I will be covering the PlayStation exclusive, and that is Stellar Blade. Came from Korea, PlayStation 5 exclusive, so not even PlayStation 4 compatible. This is due to the heavy next gen graphics and the use of Unreal Engine 5. So for the sake of beauty, it will be only for on PlayStation 5. Not sure if they're planning ever of bringing this to PC or Xbox, but if they do bring it at least to PC, I would be happy to try it. There is a demo, you can go and download it and play it. And let's talk about the game a bit. The future of humanity hangs in balance in Stellar Blade, an all-new story-driven action-adventure on PlayStation 5. Ravaged by strange, powerful creatures, Earth has been abandoned, and what is left of the decimated human race has fled to a colony in outer space. There's definitely overly sexualized um, themes in this game. So if you're bothered by the main character and other female characters being overly sexualized, you might wanna maybe be cautious with this game. If you don't care about stuff like this, like me, for example, um, then you will want to try this game. But keep in mind, it might be a little bit too brutal and too Souls-like for your average casual player. I'm not sure if the game has difficulty settings, so be advised about that. Other than that, yeah, it's a slice and it's a thrilling slice of razor sharp action. It's an incredible visual experience and deep, unforgettable adventure. At least that's what the developers promise. It's saying fresh take on third-person combat. Visually, the game looks fun and nice. I really dig the style of the enemies, the design of the enemies. Very original looking. So hopefully, fingers crossed, eventually this game makes it to PC and I can try it myself. But other than that, it's coming this month for PlayStation 5. And if I'm not mistaken, it's on the 26th of April. And at the end of this list, we have some sports. Top Spin 2K25. After what, 13, 14 years, Top Spin, the game is returning. The tennis game, everyone's favorite tennis game, is back. Top Spin 2K25, as the name suggests, is published by 2K Games. It's developed by Hangar 13. It returns featuring tennis legends Roger Federer, Serena Williams, and a cast of other playable pros. Competitive single player and multiplayer modes, all four historic Grand Slams, and much more. There's a lot of legends from the past, from the present, and there is a career mode. So if you are looking for a tennis game, Top Spin 2K25, 26th of April 2024. Multiple platforms: Steam, Epic, Xbox Access One, PlayStation 5 and 4.
To get notified when I upload more content like this one or other builds and guides for Wooter and not so Wooter games, you can subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button to not miss out on notifications. As well as keep in mind there's something called memberships on YouTube, which lets you be a paying member for my channel to get access to perks such as emotes and badges made by me, as well as the option to get one-on-one tutoring for the very basics of Adobe Photoshop, Premiere and After Effects. And memberships can be cancelled at any time if you no longer want to be a member. Thanks for watching all the way until the end, STRUCKTLF. Keep it cool until next time and goodbye.